Did you know that parents rank teaching financial literacy as the toughest life skill? That's where Greenlight comes in, the debit card and money app made for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and track spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn how to earn, save, and spend responsibly, while parents have peace of mind knowing smart money habits are being built with guardrails in place. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/Wondery. That's greenlight.com/Wondery.
Shopify's point of sale system helps you sell at every stage of your business. Need a fast and secure way to take payments in person? We've got you covered. How about card readers you can rely on anywhere you sell?
Thanks. Have a good one.
Yep, that too. Want one place to manage all your online and in-person sales? That's kind of our thing. Wherever you sell, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/listen. Shopify.com/listen.
Kids, listen to your mother.
Mom!
Welcome to Between Us Moms with Katie Crafts-Morg and Hallie Stevens-Drake. Hey mamas, and welcome to a brand new episode of Between Us Moms. This week we are so thrilled to welcome someone you are getting to know on the Netflix hit Selling the OC Season 4. It's out now. She is equal parts hustle and glamour. She is pure dynamite on screen. Seriously, the new season is addictive, dramatic, and the real estate is pure luxury. She's also a brand new mama to her daughter, Juliet, who she welcomed in July. Please welcome Ashtyn Zerboni to the podcast.
Hello, everyone.
Did I say your last name right?
Zerboni, yes.
Okay, I said it right. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Sure.
You did great.
And for anyone who's not watching this, if you are just listening in your car on the way to drop off, we actually have Juliet here with us. This is very special. We love it so much. She is so cute. Baby's first podcast.
Baby's first podcast.
And sleep regression.
Yes, we were supposed to have a nap during this time, but today she decided to not have a nap and to sleep all morning, but party all night.
She was excited for this podcast.
Oh yeah, totally.
We're happy to have her. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my gosh, the baby hair. I'm like, now do I need a third? Okay, Katie, stop. No, you don't. Ashtyn, we're so excited to dive into your journey and hear about mom life, postpartum life, marriage, and of course, get all of our Selling the OC questions answered. But it is release week. What a season. You are also still newly postpartum. Juliet is almost 4 months old now.
Yeah.
How are you feeling emotionally, physically, mentally?
You know, I am feeling a lot better. I would say the hardest thing I ever did was filming this TV show while pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
It was, the emotions were beyond my ability to control. Like I could not get a grip on, as you will see, just lots and lots of tears. And honestly, the producers did me a favor. I cried more than they even showed.
Really?
It was very brutal. Oh,
and that actually came up a lot. Like, you know, the cast bringing up like, oh, you're hormonal and you're pregnant. Watching it back, how did it feel like watching that?
It's really strange watching people talk negatively about you, and especially like somebody who was another mom, you know, and it kind of hurts. She said something about the only hard trimester is the second one, and I'm like, literally in the second trimester, as she's saying that's the only hard one, that you're hormonal. I'm like, here I am, that's me right now,
right?
Don't even recognize it. No grace was given.
Also, that was not my experience. No. I found all 3 trimesters and the 4th to be very emotional. So I will say I was aghast when I heard that. I was like, I'm very grateful that was her experience, because it was certainly not mine. And I watching you cry and watching the conflict, and I really had heart for you. Like what an entry into reality TV.
Yeah. And I think the 2 biggest pivotal moments of my life were happening at the same time. You know, I'm becoming a new mom and my career is taking off, and it's like filming for that TV show is hard, even not pregnant. Other people are crying and they don't have the same hormones as me. It's definitely tough. And I didn't mean to plan it that way. I had gotten the audition, or they interviewed me basically, like maybe 6 months prior to finding out. And so much time was passing. My husband's like, it's our 2-year wedding anniversary. We're going on a month-long trip to Italy for like a late honeymoon. And we're like, why don't we start trying for a kid? And I was like, well, let's wait and see if they pick me or not, and then we can decide to have a kid. I didn't hear back. And so I was like, they probably just don't want me, and let's have a baby. So then the same week I find out I'm pregnant, I also find out I was casted, that they did. So it was like, shoot, do I tell them that I'm pregnant now? Are they going to get upset? Like, this was not part of the plan. But you can't really plan life. Life
also, the fact you thought they would get upset that you were pregnant.
I know.
That feels like a red flag to me.
I just didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
It's like, I was worried that the job opportunity could be taken away from me, but they were actually excited. They were happy. Did not have the reaction I was expecting, which I don't know why I expected a negative reaction.
Because society.
And you know what?
Yeah.
If we're being real here, which is what we do, Katie and I had the exact same feeling when we both got pregnant different times. Just, I think we're kind of conditioned as women to, personally we celebrate, but professionally it's like we've already had to put up such a fight to have these careers, and then you worry about it. And actually, this is jumping ahead a little bit, but one of the cringiest moments watching it for me was the moment Alex talk to your friend / client about you being pregnant and it potentially being a hindrance to you being able to sell. What did it feel like watching that moment?
I definitely felt like she was just doing and saying anything she could to try to take this listing away, especially once she found out that this was a friend, and I kind of had the upper hand in that. And I just, watching that back, he actually told me after we finished filming that he goes, I didn't want to bring this up to you because I didn't want to bring more drama, but she was trying to say that you being pregnant was an issue with you doing your job as a real estate agent. And I was like, whoa, why didn't you tell me? I needed all this information. But instead of that was crazy.
Yeesh.
Insane. Yeah.
The other thing that comes up a lot, and we kind of touched on this, was like, the hormones, filming the show while you're pregnant. Were you ever worried about the pregnancy while filming? Because you were like hyperventilating.
That was my first panic attack ever that I had while pregnant and filming. And they followed me to the room with the cameras. Like, I was so worried about the baby. I was actually getting tested. She was kind of on the smaller side. So the doctors were monitoring me twice a week. I had doctor's appointments where they're just making sure that she's okay. And then once I finished filming, I swear she started growing so much quicker. I think that her weight and everything when they were doing the anatomy scans was bigger. She started growing those last 3 months that I wasn't filming so much better than while I was. So I don't know if it was the best thing for her.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah. Because hormones are high, emotions are high, and it's you want to cultivate this pregnancy and keep it safe and protected. And when you have people screaming and you have tears and accusations and drama, it's you're not your best self. And so
it was my stress levels, I'm the kind of person that whenever I'm stressed, it's hard to eat. And I think that I would actually lost a little bit of weight, sadly, in that filming period. Even though I was pregnant, it was my weight went up and then it kind of plateaued and even went down for a minute. So I had to really force feed myself just to make sure that she was getting everything that she needed, because my stress levels were just all-time high in my life.
Oh my gosh. Well, you did it.
Happy and healthy, and she's good.
Yes, something to celebrate.
Yeah, I'm so blessed.
It is such a magical time when you have that baby and they're in your arms and you've met them. It's the moment you've dreamed about. What is something that has surprised you about becoming a mom, or something that no one could have prepared you for?
I feel like I knew what I was getting into. I think the sleepless nights have been tough, but we are sleeping in separate bedrooms. So I bought a little day bed for in here with a nice mattress, and I sleep next to her in my bassinet, or in her bassinet. And just waking up throughout the night, but I feel like I'm handling it way better than I thought I would. So I think the hardest thing is being cooped up in the house all of the time, that you start to get a little bit stir crazy. I'm like, I need socialization. I need
Yeah.
to see people. And I feel like a lot of friends, because they think I'm busy or because I decline hanging out so often now, start to not invite me anymore. I start to lose those invitations, start to be almost forgotten about because I'm the first of my friends to be having a child. And I'm like, guys, I'm still here. I still want to see you. It's a little harder, but I think that that's been probably the hardest thing for me because I am a very social person and I have a great friend group. And I'm like, wait, don't forget about me, please.
You're the first in your group of friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Katie and
I
I,
am.
Katie and I have said on this podcast several times that if we could, we were like the last of our friends to do it. So
Really?
for us, yeah, it's like very much, I just want you to know that these
That's
friends will
it.
probably come back.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
when they're in the same boat, apologize because I know I've gone back to my friends and said, I just didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know how to show up for you. Because when
Yeah.
you're the first,
That's exactly it. They just
it
don't
is.
understand how to show up. But I think that I'm pretty vocal about how I feel and everything. So I think that I'm having a lot of friends kind of start to take more initiative, which is really nice.
Oh,
I'm
good.
happy to hear that because when you were saying, you lose the invites and the friends stop, almost checking on you because they assume you're just busy or you're in mom world or yeah, you can't go out to like a 7:30 p.m. dinner because guess what?
Yeah.
You're in bedtime
Yeah.
mode. It made me a little bit emotional because I relate to that so much. And honestly, when I first became a mom, and we've talked about this a lot on the podcast, like it was a bit of a shell shock and I did have like pretty bad postpartum with both of my pregnancies, and I kind of felt like I didn't recognize myself and I felt like this loss of identity. And I'm
Mhm.
curious if you have experienced that at all.
I definitely have. It's like you're still yourself, but you're trying to hold on to like who you used to be while trying to figure out who you are now in this new era of your life. And I definitely went through, I mean, it's also really hard like when none of your clothes fit. You just had a baby and you think, "Oh, I'll be able to wear my clothes again." No. None of my clothes fit me still to this day. And I'm almost 4 months postpartum. I have lost 20 pounds, but I gained 40. So I need to lose another 20. So
You
I
look
think
great.
that, thank you. Thank you.
Incredible.
Thank you.
And the glam is glamming. It is so good.
It's such
Thank
a
you.
it's such a real thing though. Like I had so many conversations like, will I ever wear jeans again? Like, will
Yeah.
my jeans ever fit again? Or like, are my
I
hips
hope
forever just
so.
like a little wider? And it sounds so shallow, but then it's like such a normal thing to feel like as women that like,
Constantly reminded anytime you go to get dressed that your
yeah,
body is not what it once was. And I think that it's that constant reminder of nothing fits. I don't fit into anything. It just makes you feel, and I know that I still look pretty. Whoa.
oh, you agree?
Yeah.
She's telling
She's
you
like,
you're beautiful, mom.
Yes.
but yeah, that's definitely been the hardest thing. She distracted me. I forgot what we were talking about.
Oh, just yeah, it's hard when like the clothes don't fit and you feel like I don't want to go
Yeah.
and buy new clothes and I want to fit into my clothes because I want to feel like
Mhm.
myself. It's just a very real thing
Yeah.
we have
Oh,
felt.
and then while
And
filming, this is what I wanted to say. While filming, my body was changing constantly. So I had to go shopping pretty much weekly to be able to find outfits that would keep up with my growing body because nothing in my closet fit. And then also on top of that, I was commuting to Orange County. I live in San Diego. And
oh gosh.
I was also getting glammed at say 4 a.m. to then commute up to Orange County to then film double back-to-back scenes that day and then come back home, drive. My legs, my feet were swollen from sitting in the car driving and then try to sleep. I was just beyond level exhausted. I didn't know how I could keep going sometimes.
Yeah.
The fashion was great, though. I mean, I know you were hurting. You did not show it. You faked it well,
Thank
and you
you.
looked incredible, truly. And the fashion is such a big part of the series, and of the show. So I bet the pressure felt
Yeah,
even
and that's like some
extra.
of my favorite things. So I really took that very seriously. I'm like, I don't want to look like I'm wearing Fashion Nova like some other characters might.
Do they give you at all like guidance in terms of like fashion and glam? Like, do they help you out with that, or is it all on you
No,
to
it is
handle
all
that?
on us. They do not give us fashion or glam. The only thing that they offer glam for is the little like interview confessional part. Other than that, we have to do all of our own. So whether we're doing our own makeup or personally hiring our own, they don't even do it for Chrishell. Nobody gets,
Wow.
And you guys all look like to the nines.
Yeah. It's
all the time.
Effort. So much effort.
Wow. And Chrishell leaving.
Oh, I heard about that. I think that's crazy.
She said she announced it like this week.
But
we don't.
It's a really toxic work environment, and it's because the producers are so good at what they do.
Oh man. Okay, I want to talk marriage.
Yeah.
How has the marriage changed in this postpartum season, if at all? And I guess part two of that is how was it for you and Jeff watching back the show and seeing so much conversation about your marriage and how you met? Yeah, what was that
It
like?
was definitely weird. I mean, I should have known that they were going to try to pick apart our marriage and try to tear us apart, but we are just so strong together. We've been together for coming up on 8 years now. He's been with me for pretty much almost half my life now at this point. And we just knew that going into it, that might happen, and we would not let anything tear us apart. We know how we met. We know, like, people can think what they want about anything, but, at the end of the day, I have been with him through all seasons of life at this point, our highs, our lows, and I have chosen to stay through it all. Like, I didn't want to, like, mention this on the show, but, like, right after we got married, we went through this really hard time where he flips houses, and like the real estate market went really, really bad. And we almost lost our house. We had to like move in with his mom right after getting married, and we rented out our house so that we wouldn't lose it. And we went through I got a job as a bottle service girl, this is what prompted me to like decide to do real estate. Was, I'm working all these different jobs now to try to support me and my husband. And my husband even at one point is like, you should leave me, you deserve better. And I was like, no, I love you, I'm here with you, we're gonna do this, we're gonna come out on top, we're gonna, we keep on moving forward. And it's like, I didn't really feel like I needed to prove myself to all those girls on the show. Like, you want to say that I met on some sugar daddy act? Sure. I mean, do you find sugar daddies that look like him? Probably not.
I think so.
And you know what? Good for you for sticking through the highs and the lows, because isn't that what marriage is? Yeah. It's like you don't just leave when things get hard. It's you stick through it. Marriage is a choice, and you choose that person every day.
And I love him so much. I don't think I could find a love this great if I was to start over again.
And isn't it so fun to meet, like, you've been together 8 years. My husband and I have been together almost 2 decades. Like, meeting him, I felt like I knew every single angle of him. And then you meet them as a dad, and it's like,
it's so special.
What has that been like for you?
I'll just see him like holding her, and he plays the guitar and sings to her. And then I like come downstairs and I'm just like in tears, because it's like, I feel so blessed to have not somebody who's just a great husband, but he's a great father too. And even he gets emotional. He's like, I'm going to be the best dad to this little girl. And he loves her so much. And it melts my heart. Like, I'm going to get emotional right now. Yeah, no, he's amazing.
I always say this, who you have children with is the most important decision you will ever make in your life.
It's very true.
And when you realize like, oh my God, thank God I made this right decision, it feels really, really good. And it feels really nice to have someone beside you, like raising this child with you in the postpartum season as your support, like emotionally, physically. And so I'm so happy that you have that, because so many people don't. And we talk about like how blessed we feel with our husbands, our partners, weekly. And so what a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it really is special. He's made it so much easier on me. I feel like I had postpartum emotions for like maybe 1 month, and things just started to kind of regulate pretty quick, like my emotion wise. And like the sleep deprivation, like if I'm having a hard time, he'd just be like, okay, let me take over, and like, you go take a nap, go get your nails done, go do things that make you feel good, he's been really good about that. Because I'll have days where I still get down and out. I'm like, I just want to feel like me again. So like, okay, I went and he watched her all day while I had a little spa day at Dr. Holden's office, where she gave me like M Sculpt to help tighten my stomach. And, I got my nails done, and we're doing a lymphatic drainage massage today, huh?
Oh, I'm
Look at you.
so
Yes.
happy for you.
Yes, very happy for you. Do you mind if I ask, are you breastfeeding right now?
I have been breastfeeding exclusively for 3 months, and then I had to start introducing formula
Okay,
about
that's what I
last
did.
month because
Yeah.
my boobs have stopped producing. And so I've been like trying to like power pump and like get them to do more, and they've ran dry. It's really kind of sad. I had emotional breakdown because of it, because I felt like I wasn't adequate, or like my body just wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. But
Hallie always says this, that like we always say, oh, I breastfed for this long, but then this happened. Like we don't have to make excuses. We could just say,
yeah, yeah, I did my best.
I know.
you did it,
Yeah, you
girl.
did it.
Also,
You
if you
did
didn't
it.
do it, that's okay too, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have to
That
like
baby's
normalize
loved
that.
and fed, and that's all that matters. I know it is funny how we want to make Katie would always, I'd be like, Katie, don't say it. Don't say the story you have,
Don't
your
say
excuse
it.
about why,
I
like, 'cause
know,
it's
right?
true, but it doesn't matter. It's no one's business. And,
Yeah.
you know, we
I
do the
think that's
best. We're
probably
all
how I should approach it from now on.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Listen, 3 months is a long time. You should feel good about that.
Full-time job. That was
Yes.
actually very surprising. Like, because it's every two. I couldn't do anything for those first 3 months because I am her food source.
Right.
Yep. Oh,
Baby
we
has to go
know.
where mama goes every 2 hours.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
I can
And
only
then
do
if
like
you're
a 1 hour
pumping,
outing during those times.
Yeah.
I know it's,
I hated pumping. I just felt like a
I
cow,
hate it. I
you know?
actually had this thing where you know how the letdown's supposed to be like nice? I had this thing where every time I would have a letdown, I would be angry. I just irritated at something. And I didn't know what it was. And I talked to my doctor, and I guess it's called like Demer syndrome or something, where instead of you having a good, happy feeling, I would feel angry, aggro. And you could look it up. It's a real thing. A lot of women actually have it. And I didn't know that that was something that could happen to me. I was like, why am I angry and irritated every time I have a letdown instead of feeling like lovey, happy, connected, you know?
it
Very
also goes
God.
back to all the hormones.
Being a
Okay.
woman is wild.
Yeah, it is.
wild. Like the pregnancy belly, when you think it can't get any bigger, it does. It's like
Oh,
Yeah.
it's got
yeah.
getting bigger and
You
bigger
think
and
you
bigger.
think you're like showing, and then you realize when you're
Oh my
like
God.
32 weeks, you're like, oh my God, I
The
am like,
pictures I took in the beginning of my pregnancy where I'm like, oh my God, look at him showing. It's like I look the same way now.
Comical.
You know?
Comical. I remember looking at mine and I was like, ooh, I'm popping. Still had a six pack. It looked like I
Yeah.
maybe
Like
had a
I'm not.
sandwich for lunch. It was crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
okay, I have to ask you, where do you stand right now with Alex Hall and Fiona? Because we saw you guys pop up in the Selling Sunset reunion,
Mhm.
and it seemed kind of like testy still.
Um, I had reached out to Fiona and asked her who in the San Diego office said the thing about seeking arrangements, and she refused to tell me who, which I thought was strange because I'm like, okay, then did you just make it up just for, whatever? But she wouldn't tell me, whatever. Me and Alex haven't spoken at all. But the thing is like, I don't think that people realize I hadn't met them until I started filming. Like I didn't work in the same office as Alex. So Alex had known me for a total of 3 months that we filmed. So there wasn't any like foundation of friendship between these people. So like when you do or say things, it's like they don't know you, they don't trust you, they don't know your intentions, they don't know who you are. And it's
Right.
so it just kind of I think that that's a huge aspect of why things go the way that they go. And also when you're filming 3 months every single day, it starts to feel like your real life. And it's like, you kind of get lost in it during that period of time.
Also, I mean, I don't know why she wouldn't tell you who she heard it from unless she,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
right?
I told her, I mean, sadly, I was a little too just trusting with everything that I would say. I never lied about anything. I never made up anything. Everything I said was true. And even the Andrew thing, I was like, texted my girlfriend afterwards. I was like, why did Andrew why didn't he back me? And she was like, he is actually upset with me for even saying anything. And then because it was Fiona who messaged him, he was like, he didn't say that about Fiona. And he was like, yeah, he didn't want drama. Let's just, yeah, miscommunication. Everything's good, whatever. But then he was by not trying to not have drama, instead he just like, instead of trying to put out the fire, he fanned the flames kind of thing. he was trying to avoid TV time for that particular thing. And instead it's like it turned it into ammo against me.
Geez. So still to this day, he would say though that Alex was flirting with him.
Yeah. I mean, and if you watch it, I like watched it back. I was like, okay, because I never saw what actually happened. I wasn't there when they were touring the house. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, she's like, oh, you live here by yourself? Oh, you don't you own this place? Just you? Like I
Yeah.
could see why he might have maybe thought that.
Right.
I think that Alex is really friendly. It doesn't mean that just because somebody says that you're flirting doesn't mean that you are. Guys think that I'm flirting when you're just friendly. And so that's okay. And I really just wanted to have a conversation with her about it that day.
Totally.
And instead, she just got very defensive without actually defending herself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took her mic off and everything. She was out the door.
Yeah.
What would you say? You touch on it in the show a little bit, and I see it that you're a nice person. Like you're like, I'm a nice person. But what do you think is the biggest misconception about you from your cast members? And obviously the show is coming out on Wednesday, so we'll see what fans have to say. But
Yeah.
what do you think is misrepresented about you in the show?
I really took the time to over explain myself and go into detail about why I did what and why I feel and this and that, and all of that's cut out. And it's just kind of like I really poured my heart out trying to explain why I said what I did. I think that me in normal day friendships, I am a very blunt person, and I will say things that how I feel and what I hear. Like I also would usually consider myself a mediator. So if somebody comes to me and tells me something crazy and I go and tell the other person, that's because I'm trying to protect them in some way, and like even the thing with Fiona, when I told her that my friend was dating, when she told me who her boyfriend was, I was like, oh, my friend was dating, was just dating him, like a close friend of mine. And then we were somehow talking about marriage at that dinner, and I was like, oh, he wants to propose to you? That's amazing, because he never was going to, he told my friend that he didn't believe in marriage. So I thought I was giving her a compliment. Like, he didn't believe in marriage. He wants to marry you. Amazing. But instead, she was drinking. It was a loud restaurant. She was sitting diagonal and across from me. She misheard me, and I didn't realize, but I realized that she was kind of, taken back by what I said. So like I moved on, next topic. But I didn't realize that it affected her that way, because she didn't bring it up till 3 weeks later, after she had already asked me, oh, who's your hair and makeup girl? Oh, we should drive together. All these random things. We were talking for so long. So I was so like taken back when she comes to me with this, because I thought that things were all fine and dandy. Like I didn't realize that she was so upset. But it was the day that she chose to bring that up was the day after she was taken off of filming something. She goes, are you filming tonight? And I go, yeah. And then she goes, she didn't respond. And then the next day I had drama with her. Suspicious.
It also feels like the perfect like combustion of things, because you guys are all trying to make a name for yourselves and be in this new cast. Yeah. And so that's unfortunate that it was like,
I think that what made me so emotional about it is just that I was really trying my best to like make her feel included, to be nice to her, to go out of my way to do things. And I felt like anything I did was being turned against me. And that's why I really felt, I think that why I got so emotional about it. Because something else they didn't show on camera was she called my business partner and had said all these like terrible things, and like saying that, oh, Ashtyn is talking shit on you, like blah 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 blah. And I was like, what are you talking about? That's why, and I had a private conversation with her later about it. But then that night at dinner, when I really blew up, that was the heat of what really had it upset me the most, because I was having problems off camera too now with my business partner. So it was like I couldn't escape it. It was following me home, the drama. And so I was so hyper emotional. But they didn't. That storyline was too confusing for them to really show on TV. Because it was too much off camera stuff. So like my level of heightened emotion is not really understood, other than she's hormonal. So that's how they spun it.
That makes so much sense.
That does make a lot
we're
of
getting
sense.
all the
I know. Thank you for
off-camera
clarifying
tea.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing, and thank you for being like keeping it so real. I think it was like the first episode when you kept it real about like having a career and also being a first-time mom. And I hate the question, like, how do you balance it? I think a better question is like, how has becoming a mom change the way that you approach like work or career or success? And so I'm curious, like, how has it changed the way you approach it, if at all?
Well, at least for being a real estate agent, it's kind of like you choose what you're kind of your own boss. Like you work for what you get. If you want to do things in real estate, you have to do things in real estate. You have to, send out the flyers. You have to go door knocking, all of that. So, at least for this particular job, if you want to put it on hold, you can. And that has kind of been, I've been a stay-at-home mom recently. However, I do have a friend who's like looking for a house right now. So I was just getting her like pre-approved to see what we can actually look for. And I will go take her looking for houses, but I'm not actively looking to do a ton of work right now. I want to really be present for my daughter. But if things come my way, I will absolutely perform,
But good for you. And how nice to have that option.
It is very nice. I feel like it's a blessing.
Yeah. I was Hallie and I both, took steps back, and that's kind of why we started this podcast too, was like so you could do things on your own terms and make your own schedule a bit and be present for your baby. Yeah. And also they're fun.
So
it's
fun.
like they're relatable, and you can have these
job.
like
I was actually thinking of making one called the Villain Edit. So let's steal that name.
Okay.
Do it.
Should.
Right?
And it's so funny because we have this question for you about being
the Villain Edit.
The villain.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious, like, was there a moment when you realized you might be getting that villain?
No, I had no idea. It was really weird. I was like, am I that villain in this? Because I felt like I was bullied the whole season. I don't understand.
Do you feel like it's inaccurate?
What?
Oh, go ahead, Hal. I was going to say, do you feel like it's inaccurate, or is it like a badge of honor?
I would say it's quite inaccurate, but it makes for good TV. And I almost wish I like leaned into it more if I knew that they were going to do that. Like you'll notice I don't really talk badly about anybody. Is anything you catch me talking about anybody? It's because I didn't. But I am constantly bashed. Like, and I think that the parts that they keep, because I'm pouring my heart out, they get rid of those. That's not fun for on camera. But they keep anything of people talking negatively. That's what makes the final cut when they condense it all down. So it's like anything that they say that I'm doing that's wrong or mean is mostly things that are off camera and spun to their own narrative.
I think when we were preparing for this and binge watching the screeners, Katie was a little bit ahead of me, and they're like, they made her the villain. And I was still early in the season, and I was like, how? She's so nice. I don't understand how she's going to be
that
this
last
season's
scene
villain.
just really makes me look bad. You
don't look bad, though. You don't look bad.
I
don't think so.
I look like a liar. That part really. I feel like I wouldn't care so much if I didn't lie. If I did lie, I wouldn't care so much, but I didn't. And also, what you don't see in that last scene is the producers really wanted me to go have a conversation with Alex, and I went up to her 3 times where she dismissed me and wouldn't speak to me. So I already went into that final conversation with extremely heightened emotion and felt defeated. I was like, I'm not doing it. I don't want to, like, if she doesn't want to talk to me, I'm not going to talk to her. But so I was already at my emotional breaking point when that conversation started. And I just feel like then I'm apologizing because I want to just avoid conflict at that point. But then that also looks like an admission of guilt when it's really just me trying to make peace. And it's so tough for me to watch. I'm like, I look so whiny. Why do I,
No, you also cracked me up. I feel like there's some very memeable moments like you munching on chips. I was like, this is literally what I'm going to send to anybody when I'm having an unbothered moment.
Oh
like, you're great TV.
So,
and I'm glad you have a sense of humor.
Chips, but I think that they added extra chip sounds in there. And replayed me eating the same chips a few times because I didn't munch it in her face that gnarly. Okay.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. They added extra chips.
It was great.
Yeah.
I was surprised that the pregnant woman would be a villain. Like I was like so surprised. And also though, I think Hallie and I think most people now have like a little bit of an idea of like how production can work and how they're asking you to like set up these scenes and like conversations and all of that stuff.
Because it's all real stuff, but they do, I mean, in normal world, would I bring up something at Jayla's birthday dinner? No. We're kind of just pushed more to have these conversations. So like the drama's real, everything's real. But it's just, would you necessarily want to go about it that way? Probably not. And I think that that's like the only part that where production really kind of guides you.
I'm curious, have you heard if you'll be back for another season? Because we want more. Tell us where to sign.
You know, uh, I haven't heard if we're being picked up for another season, if Netflix decides to or not. I did get a phone call from the creator of the show, and he said he's looking forward to working with me more. So I don't know if that's a little hit, but I'll take it as one.
Is that Adam?
Yes.
Yes. He makes great TV.
He really does.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to let you go here pretty soon, but I'm curious if there's anything that happened that was not shown on the show, like any drama, any storylines. Like I feel like there was a lot of people that didn't like get their moments. Like the big moments were you, Alex, I guess Polly's love interest, and we didn't hear a lot from like Ashtyn. And
other than the big thing for me was with my business partner. I actually filmed a whole scene with her as well, like talking about everything that went on with like Fiona and all that jazz. And that part was one of the biggest scenes for me that was cut out, because that was really something that I feel like was explained my heightened emotions during Gio's birthday dinner. And then me and Fiona had like a conversation about it that was cut out entirely. And then like, you know, Brandy backing me up for things at that last scene was cut out. Just kind of talking about her similar experiences and things with Alex. And then also there's a big scene of me talking to Kaylee about like being worried about telling Alex all the information that I found out about Tyler. Because it's like everything that Brandy and her had went through is all, I'm a little bit scared of her going into this, you know. If I tell her, is it gonna be, you know, turned back on me, or is it worth it? Should I not tell her? And it was just kind of like, you know, I definitely should, because, you know, I've been cheated on and I feel like she deserves to know this information. Just kind of like that whole buildup of it. And then I never guessed that she would have already knew, like, and that she was protecting Tyler, you know, in a way. And then that just made me feel like I was meddling in business that I, you know, probably could have done without.
yeah. Tyler really seems like the biggest F boy. Sorry.
That's what I said. Yeah. I mean, he's really charming. He's very sweet.
And so handsome. Yeah.
It's like, but I mean, of course, the best F boys are. No.
Yes. Right. You know what I wish I could have seen more of or heard more about was, you briefly mentioned your upbringing and how much you've had to overcome. And I think there are women who are probably listening to this who are in similar shoes or have been in similar shoes. And I'm curious, you have really turned your life around, it seems. You found love, you found success, you have this baby. What would be words of encouragement that you could offer to the listeners who might be dealing with the same things?
I think the biggest thing for me is, even if you feel unworthy of something or like you're not good enough, don't try to get yourself to a point where you feel good enough first. Just try anyways. Put yourself in rooms that you can, you know, that can further your career. Just always shoot your shot. Always take that step, because so many times where I thought there's no chance that I'm going to get this, but I still tried. I surprised myself again and again. And I think that was my biggest piece of advice to anybody: still shoot your shot, even if you don't think you're going to make it.
Oh, I love that.
I got goosebumps.
Great one. Yeah, seriously. Who from the cast has been your biggest support during the postpartum season? And have you been able to like lean on anyone from the cast in the postpartum season?
You know, me and Brandy kind of spoke a little bit during my postpartum time. She spoke to me about something that I don't know if I should share, so I won't, but she just kind of, she was amazing. And then Kaylee has also been great to chat with, but I wouldn't say that I really like have strong conversations with anybody right now from the cast, at least.
Have any of them reached out to congratulate you?
Brandy, Kaylee, Gio. Actually, Gio, I feel like I chat with him a lot on Instagram, just because he has his baby and his wife she's pregnant again. They're pregnant. Yeah, I'm so excited for them. And I feel like good things are going to happen this time. Like it's all going to go the way that it should.
Yeah. We understand loss, and so watching that play out on the show this season was emotional for
She
me.
And
actually
seeing
told
it,
me at my baby shower, or she didn't tell me. I just saw that she was having a glass of champagne, and I was like, "Champagne, huh?" And she was like, we had a moment. She's like, "I didn't want to tell you," and it's like, "Why are you here? You didn't have to come watch my mom give a speech about, how much she's excited that her baby's having a baby." And they didn't show this part, but she like had to walk away, and she was bawling because I'm like, we're celebrating, whenever she's having a loss. I was like, I wish that I knew when I told her she didn't have to show up for me during that period of
but a
her time in her
testament
life.
to how she
Wow.
feels about you that she would show up
Yeah.
It's
because that is
honestly, I
hard.
think that's like
Tiffany.
one of
I
the,
love Tiffany.
yeah, what a strong thing. I remember when I threw my sister's baby shower. Hallie, you remember this. I had
Hmm.
just experienced my second loss. Um,
Oh,
and I had to throw her baby shower like literally like less than a month later. And it was so hard, but also like I was so excited for her and it was like such a beautiful time for her. But yeah, it's hard, but I do think it speaks to her character that she wanted to
yeah.
be there for you. So that's a good one. That's a good friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my point.
Yes.
All right, well, we're going to let you go. Anything you want to say to our listeners as they're watching this season, because this podcast drops the day the show drops. Is there anything you want to like? I want
Oh,
to give you a moment.
oh man. I hope you all enjoy. I hope you enjoy the roller coaster ride of my pregnancy emotions. And once I come back, if I come back for another season, I'm gonna be a whole new bitch.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, what a tease. Bring her back.
Yes.
What a
Bring her
tease.
back.
Oh,
Oh,
Ashton, you're delightful.
yeah.
Thank you.
And
You
just
guys are too.
Juliet is having her nap.
She
We
finally
put her to
did.
sleep.
She puked all over my shoulder, and I didn't want to make a big thing out of it, but it's there. And I put a towel over it real quick, and we just start continuing.
You know what? A man could never. A man could never show up
No,
to work, do the job while holding the baby with the puke. You are just crushing it.
If
you
that
think
ain't mom life.
it's
Yep.
mom life to a T. I used to freak out about it, and now it's like wipe it up, cover it up, moving on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well,
Well,
congratulations on an amazing season. It's such a fun watch. We're so excited for people to check it out. It is streaming on Netflix right now, Selling the OC season 4. Ashton, enjoy this chapter of motherhood.
Thank you so
yes.
much. It was nice to
Like,
meet you both.
Thanks for hanging out with us on Between Us Moms.
don't forget to follow us for more mom life conversations and content, and subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.
And if you liked this episode, send it to a mom friend.
You know, she'll get it too.
See you next time.